Okay, RM Tips and Tricks, episode number 28 maybe, the juice box. So I never got to do an animation project like that for Sheridan, so they never marked me on my animation, but now it's a lot harder because you have to supply it with animation, and the animation for Sheridan is a juice box, so I'm trying it out for myself. I like animation as a hobby, so I'm going to keep it as a hobby. Just work on the basic projects that I can find on YouTube. So a lot of people will post their recent projects, and you can try to just copy it the best way you can. You won't get exact because you don't have a Cintiq like they do, so you won't get those clean, crisp lines. If you're using a tablet, so that's the difference between the tablet and the Cintiq that I know. So the juice box, I'm making it into like a storyboard where I have maybe 10 frames, and then when you get your animation paper, I recommend buying actual animation paper from a supplier and just draw out a little bit bigger. But I'm making it so it stands and then it jumps and then like wobbles before, and then it squishes and then it stands back up. So it will spill some juice like when it's wobbling from the jump. So, or you can make it walking, then you can make it jump or something. But I'm making my juice box so it's standing, then it curves, then curves forward, then lands, squishes down because it's a juice box, and slowly it'll come back up to its form. So I'll show you the frames. Initially, you could do your story and do your animation in a storyboard form. You could pretend each frame is one page and just redraw the area. So the juice box will be here, standing, and it's going to jump, curves forward, and then curves back. So I'll probably add at least 5 pages in the jumping part, maybe 5 more after. So you gotta determine like the bouncing ball, how it's going, and where to add more pages. Then it comes back down to the ground, and it lands on the ground, bends over, bends back, goes into a brief shape, flops, then it comes back up, and then it stretches out. So I'm using stretch and squash here. It comes back down and comes back into its original shape of a juice box. That's my idea of what to do with the animation juice box that they have given. So they replaced some things like you don't have to do object drawing, but if you don't know what to do in your extras, you can still put your object drawing. You don't need to show highly detailed landscapes and stuff like that, because that's not needed. But if you're looking for me, keep everything simple. Learn from a cartoon you like even, so whatever you want to put after that, it's up to you. If you want to put everything digital, that's up to you, but I'm teaching you how to do stuff on paper. That's what my experience and knowledge is. So here I'll probably put like 5 or 6 frames before the jump. So slowly he's coming up, then he curves, and I could put another 5 frames after this one. And he lands, so I could put 5 frames here, and maybe a couple frames here. So you have to determine how long to make it. Then the squish could have like 2 or 3 frames, and here could be one frame, and comes back up, falls a little bit, and comes back up again into its original position. So that's a storyboard I've come up with for the juice box. Rough. And if you don't have animation paper, you could work it out this way in little frames, but when you get your paper, you'll have to redraw it. So keep everything simple. I don't recommend doing a complicated background, like putting in trees, bushes, and all that stuff. It's not needed. Even in the bouncing ball, I see a lot of people doing like complicated backgrounds for school now. Like, holy shit, all that crap's not needed. It's a bouncing ball. It's like some people like overdo things, but they have the tools to do it. So they might just like copy the paste the background in each frame, and I don't know how to do that. So I do everything by hand and by paper. Thanks for watching the juice box. How to make it animate. I recommend doing it this way in little frames, little sketches of your idea. You might need more than one sheet. Then decide where to add more frames after. Do I need to add more frames on this frame or after this one to make it seem like it's jumping? So thanks for watching. And then you will need like special software. Most software you will have to buy, so that's where the money comes in as well, because you have to animate it, and at home things can be expensive. So that's why I would rather just like stick with the basics and not do much more after that. Thanks for watching.